In Numbers 9 to 12, Israel gets ready to move. After months at Mount Sinai, God's people are now following the cloud into the wilderness. But even with God's presence leading them, not everyone is content. These chapters show the contrast between God's faithfulness and human complaints. Numbers chapter 9, the second Passover and God's cloud. But if anyone is clean and not on a journey and yet refrains from keeping the Passover, he shall be cut off. Numbers 9:13. The Israelites celebrate their second Passover 1 year after leaving Egypt. God also makes a gracious provision. If someone is unclean or traveling, they may celebrate a month later. Then we learn about the pillar of cloud and fire. At the command of the Lord they camped, and at the command of the Lord they set out. Numbers 9:23. Whenever the cloud lifted from the tabernacle, the people moved. If it stayed, they stayed, 1 night or a whole year. God's people don't move by instinct or convenience, but by trust and obedience. His presence, not our preference, leads the way. Make 2 silver trumpets. When both are blown, the whole community is to assemble. Numbers 10:2. God tells Moses to make silver trumpets for calling the people, for signaling camp movements, for sounding alarms in war or joy in celebration. Then, Israel sets out from Mount Sinai for the first time, arranged in marching order. Moses invites his Midianite relative Hobab to join them as a guide, but ultimately they follow the cloud. And whenever the ark set out, Moses said, "Rise up, O Lord, let your enemies be scattered." Numbers 10:35. This chapter reminds us that God doesn't just dwell with his people. He leads them into battle, blessing, and obedience. Now the people complained about their hardships in the hearing of the Lord. Numbers 11:1. The people begin to complain, first about hardships, then about food. We remember the fish we ate in Egypt, but now our strength is dried up. Numbers 11:5-6. God responds by sending quail in abundance, but also a plague because they craved meat more than they trusted him. Moses also feels overwhelmed, so God appoints 70 elders to help share the burden. Gratitude is a form of worship. Craving what we used to have can blind us to the miracles God is doing now. Has the Lord indeed spoken only through Moses? Has he not spoken through us also? Numbers 12:2. Miriam and Aaron challenge Moses' leadership, criticizing his Cushite wife but really questioning his authority. God steps in. "With him I speak mouth to mouth. Why then were you not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?" Numbers 12:8. As a result, Miriam is struck with leprosy. Aaron pleads for mercy, and Moses prays for her healing. God heals her, but she must stay outside the camp 7 days. Leadership is from the Lord, and jealousy poisons community. God honors humility, not comparison. Numbers 9:12 reminds us that God's presence is both visible and personal. Chapter 9 shows God leads with clarity and compassion. Chapter 10 teaches us to follow God's rhythm and voice. Chapter 11 warns us that complaining distorts memory and trust. Chapter 12 reveals that pride and criticism bring division and discipline. God desires a thankful, trusting, unified people, a people who move when he says move and stay when he says stay. And just like Israel, we're not just traveling, we're being transformed.